Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're getting close. Do you think we're getting close? I think we're getting close. Close to what, you may ask? Getting close to getting all the rats out of the Democratic Party. All the people who basically cried for 2.5 years how our president corrupted, colluded, conspired with the Russians. On and on and on, ad nauseum. Till finally we throw up your hands and say, what? Did he really do this? Do you really believe he did something like that? So they got the special prosecutor involved, Mueller. Oh yeah, this guy's so beloved. He's a Vietnam veteran. Honorable, great man, former head of the FBI. And he gets on board too. It heads up this investigation into collusion with Trump and Russia and Trump and anybody in his campaign. And they basically fabricated information over the past 2.5 years. A lot of lies, a lot of deception, and over and over again pounding to get people to believe that he was in fact involved with some sort of Russian collusion. And then after 2.5 years, a report gets written by this honorable hero, and the results are there's no collusion. So why was the media and everybody saying there was collusion over the past 2.5 years? Why was all this information being leaked to them on an ongoing basis? It seems like every day they were saying, we got a bombshell report today. Today, Trump Jr. met with a Russian woman at Trump Tower. There's your evidence of collusion. He may have to resign. The president's going to have to resign now. We got him. And then it turns out, well, yeah, there was a meeting, but it wasn't about anything to do with anything. Sure, this woman contacted Trump Jr. to say that she had some dirt on Hillary Clinton. And so Trump took her up on it and met with her. Okay, and it turns out she didn't have anything. So they basically called the meeting, and he left. Life went on, and all of a sudden, information comes out saying that he met with a woman who's basically working for the Kremlin. So, and you know what? If you could get dirt on your opponent, that's what you do. He was perfectly justified in meeting with anybody he wanted to see if they had some information that would make Hillary not look too good as a candidate for president. Everybody does that, right? And you know what's interesting about this? The woman that he met with was a lawyer from Russia. She came in on a special passport given by Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General in Obama. Now, why was she given a special passport to come to the United States? What was that all about? I wonder if she was part of a conspiracy by the Obama administration, as part of a way to trying to gather information to frame the president. I think that's probably what happened, but we'll find out down the road, because now that it's over and Trump took his victory lap, he basically has said it like he said all along. Once the Mueller report's done, once this is behind us, I'm going to release the information that I have. And that information, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be pretty powerful. As a matter of fact, I don't think you can call it like a bombshell. I mean, it's way worse than just a bombshell. This is probably a hydrogen bomb, right? Big enough to destroy the world. That's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Trump released information regarding the conspiracy against him, and it's worse than a hydrogen bomb. News at 11. So it's our turn. Yeah, it's our turn now. The tables are turned. And you know what? All this stuff that happened in the last 2.5 years, the major reason why this all happened to begin with was because they knew that if the president won the election, that they're caught doing the criminal activity. And they never thought they were going to lose the election. So they continued to do all this criminal activity against Trump to try to get him, to resign the presidency, to call off his candidacy, to do anything they can to get him not to be elected president. And once he was elected president, they continued the farce, okay? Only it got worse. They tried to trap a lot of people in this framing activity. And this is all going to come out. It's all been documented. And Trump has been just sitting on it all this time. And he's just going to start releasing it. One of the big damning things that's going to come out pretty soon is that the activity that went on to go to the FISA court, that's a secret court that we have that allows spying on people who are suspected of, crimes against our country, right? And they fabricated this dossier that everybody's been talking about all the time about Russia and how Trump was involved with all this Russia conspiracy stuff and collusion stuff, and he even had sex with prostitutes in some hotel in Moscow, and they urinated on him, all kinds of disgusting crap, made up crap to make him look disgusting. Okay? Now it's all going to come out, and the people are going to be named who conspired against him. And you know what that is, don't you? Seditious behavior? That's treason. The former head of the FBI, Comey, all his little deputies and assistant directors that worked under him, who basically they're all gone now. They're either been fired or they resigned. Right? You got Loretta Lynch over there, who basically the Department of Justice ordered that they not charge Hillary Clinton when she was under investigation for her emails. So that was all fabricated. So the list is going to go on, and this goes right up to President Obama, right? You don't think the president knew all this was going on? He wanted to get Trump. He wanted Trump not to be elected, or if he was elected, he wanted him to basically have to resign. So I'll tell you what I'm really, really, really happy about now. This is a personal thing with me. When the whole Benghazi incident happened, and our ambassador was killed, one of his assistants was killed that worked there, and these two former Navy SEALs who were killed, that just really got to me. And the reason it got to me is because when they died, they asked for help over and over before they died. They asked for help over and over again. Something like, I guess after the movie 13 Hours, the Benghazi incident that was in theaters, I think a couple of years ago. They cried out for help, calling over and over again to get assistance because they were under fire, these two Navy SEALs. And no help came. Not even an attempt to rescue them. Nothing. And what really got to me about this whole thing, being an Army combat vet, when I got wounded in Vietnam and I was laying there bleeding, I got rescued. My fellow soldiers would never leave me behind, ever, even if I was dead. So this gets me right deep in my gut, deep in my soul, that they would leave these two former Navy SEALs to rot out there and be killed. Why? Why were they killed? How come help never came? Well, Libya was a big place for Hillary Clinton and the president. They overthrew the government, the dictator there, Gaddafi, and he was killed in the streets, and utter chaos took over there. It was a big mistake by Clinton and Obama to do that, to overthrow that government there. And they wanted to be seen as, our foreign policy is solid. Our foreign policy is great. Because this is like, I think 3 or 4 months before the election. Right? So what happened was they spun a lie. They told a lie about how that issue emerged and these people were killed because of some idiot who made an anti-Muslim tape. And when he released this tape on the web, everybody went nuts and there were riots all over the Muslim world. And unfortunately, the ambassador got caught up in this too, along with these former Navy SEALs. And they were killed. And we couldn't send any help. We didn't have enough time. We didn't have enough resources available close enough to do anything. All because of this tape. They come out all because of this tape. They sent Susan Rice, a woman who was heading up the national intelligence there for Obama, to all the media outlets, except Fox. Oh man, I think she went to Fox too. And spun the same thing. Because of this tape. That's the reason he got killed. Because this tape came out. Right? And then when the cassettes came, when the dead were flown back here, and came into the Air Force Base, draped with the American flag in their coffins, family members in the audience, President Obama and Secretary Clinton come walking up and make their little speeches in front of the bodies behind them. And what do they say? We're going to get that guy who made this video. We're going to get him. And when we do, there'll be hell. It was all bogus BS. To stand there in front of the fallen, 2 Navy SEALs and an ambassador, and spin a lie to their families. Shame. 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 I'll never forget that as long as I live. To stand up there. This is all because of their administration. And Clinton was the one who fueled all this stuff. Oh, we need to invade Libya. Oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. She was so full of it, it was unbelievable. And to lie in front of the relatives of the fallen is like, I don't know, I grew up Catholic. And I can think of many, many sins I've committed, but that's really sinful. That is what they did was, to me, really sinful. Because there's a motto in the military: nobody left behind. Nobody left behind. And our commander-in-chief at the time left them behind because he was worried about winning the election. So, I really believe strongly in karma. The energy we put out is the energy we get back. Karma. And to do what they did, cast a spell, an evil spell. And you think the souls of these people will ever be able to rest until there's justice? No. They won't be able to rest until there's justice. This I really believe. And justice is coming. Justice is coming. Thank you for listening.